Hello folks, welcome back to the Urban Rider Studio. Today we have a collection of new items from a brand called Silk Road. We have 3 new jackets to talk about. They do have similar details across them and a similar composition, but their overall style changes somewhat. And we have a new pair of trousers from them as well. All of them are lightweight, they are flexible, highly protective, and they have a utility look to them and an overall rugged design. These are values that are at the core of Silk Road's ethos because the brand got its start inspired by a friend's trip to Asia where they were riding without the proper gear, I'm led to believe, and decided at some point that it might be a good idea to actually start wearing something that was abrasion resistant and armored. Now, I've never actually ridden through Asia myself, but I know of stories. I have a few friends who've done similar, and I know that wearing the appropriate gear isn't always at the top of your list of priorities, of course, until you accidentally come off the bike or scooter. So, in that kind of scenario, you want something that's lightweight, flexible, that you can just very easily chuck on. I think this does meet that brief excellently. Across their designs, there is a similar language used. It is designed to look like utility wear. I really like that, and I think it is underappreciated or underrepresented in the motorcycle industry. There are a few brands that do something similar, but quite a lot of the stuff you'll see people wearing is actually just fashion wear. It's not abrasion resistant, it hasn't got armor pockets or the facility to actually fit armor. So it's not an unexplored region of motorcycle clothing design, but it does at least have some room to expand. Some of that design language are things like the choice of pockets, and usually you'll get a lot of pockets across an item like this. I mean, this one in particular is called the Utility for a reason, and it does match really well with their carpenter trousers, which I'll mention in a few moments. I think they are very, very similar in their overall look, specifically in the front pouches here. But across their designs, although they have similarities, some of the biggest differences, I suppose, are in terms of this one has a zip, the other ones actually have snaps over the front that look like buttons, and then a zip behind that. The pocket configuration changes between them as well, and the choice of colors. The utility is available in either black or brown, but the other two only come in one colorway. The metal hardware also needs to be really hard wearing, so you have rivets across this, you have YKK zip on the front. All of this is really nice to interact with, including the snaps on their jackets as well. At the time of making this video, the utility comes in at £359. As I mentioned, it's available in either black or brown. The Scout jacket is also £359, but is only available in black. And the Field jacket is £379 and is available in brown. The Carpenter trousers, which I will expand on towards the end of this review, come in at £249, and those are available in either black or white. Aside from the subtle design tweaks then, the fundamentals of their jackets are that they have a CE AAA certification. They use a mix of cotton, Cordura, and Kevlar. They have very tough reinforced seams, and they come with level 1 D3O Ghost armor in your elbows and your shoulders. They have a pocket for a back protector if you want to get one additionally. They each have a collar that you can fasten down using the snaps. They all use YKK zips throughout. The other two actually have a flap over the front there, so it looks like you have buttons, but those are also snaps. And they've all got a selection of pockets to the front and 2 pockets on the inside. Now the pocket on the left-hand side, as you open it up, is actually a waterproof pocket as well, which could be useful, I suppose, especially if you are in Asia. And again, I haven't actually been out there riding myself, but I know that it can get very rainy at times, despite it being warm. And you might have some stuff that you want to keep safe, secure, paperwork, you might have your phone in there, whatever. But it is handy having a waterproof pocket all the same. The jackets aren't waterproof, but it is always handy having something there at least to keep your valuables safe. I was pretty surprised with how flexible these are overall, in fact all of their items. And when it comes to the fit, I had the feeling actually based on their size guide, they might size slightly on the large side, but I would retract that and say they're an accurate size, an accurate fit, and what I expect in line with other brands. So we actually took out the small and the medium. You can see me in the small. I'm a 38-inch chest and it fits really well. I would call that tailored. I wouldn't want to layer up underneath that necessarily, but the medium, which normally in a lot of brands I would wear, actually was probably the size I'd go for. It still looked really good, and I can layer up underneath if I wanted to. Now this is quite a lightweight item, and for reference as well, by the way, the mannequin is a 40-inch chest, and you can see it fits him well as well, and you can see what level of stretch this has in it. They have somewhat nominal venting or breathability. It's a relatively breathable jacket as a whole, but when it comes to venting specifically, they have something at your shoulders, although nothing of note on the front beyond obviously opening that slightly to just allow some airflow through. Either way, still better than nothing, and actually because it is so lightweight, I would say it's a good item to wear on those warmer rides if you're wondering. Now when it comes to the Carpenter trousers, they feel very similar to the jackets, but they are slightly different in their construction. They also have a CE AA certification as opposed to the AAA certification that you'll find with the jackets. They are a little bit lighter feeling though, and actually arguably have a little bit more stretch and flexibility to them over the jackets, which are themselves still very flexible. They use a combination of different materials, the outer in the majority being made of cotton with a little bit of spandex. The inner is a mix of cotton and polyester, and they have some Kevlar reinforcement as well. Armour is once again from D3O, so they use D3O Ghost armour in the knees and the hips, and the stitching is very robust as well. Personally, I'm a really big fan of this utility look, especially with trousers that are named the Carpenter, which does actually bring me on to a few of the details across these in particular. So starting with the double panel you have on the front there over your knees, quite extensive, it goes up to your thighs and down to your shins, very much in keeping with this style. They have regular pockets at the front, they have additional pockets on the back of the leg, so actually two little pockets there, although obviously if you're out riding, don't stick things in there because when you bend your leg, they are going to be prone to falling out. So keep things like that to your regular pockets. You've got two pockets on your bum as well, and then you have another pocket on this left side, as well as this loop, which I believe is for hammers when it comes to traditional Carpenter trousers or utility wear. Obviously when you're on the bike, don't know how much use you're going to have for a hammer, but you could loop things through there. I think for me, maybe gloves, something like that, but realistically, most likely it's just there for the look, and I don't mind that. I think these look especially good in the off-white colorway, which you don't see very often. It does go without saying though that the white is going to mark a lot easier than the black, especially if you've got a dirty bike, and most bikes have at least some dirt across them. But they actually put a cute little note in the label saying they are designed to be dusty, but obviously if you want to clean them, you can. I think that's something you'll have to lean into if you are going for the white pair. I definitely have seen a few people pull those off though, and I think it is a really good look on the bike. As far as the fit of the trousers, they are an accurate size. It's a 32 we've got on the mannequin, and a 32-inch waist you'll see is actually wearing on the shoot, and they're a pretty neutral straight cut. I have to say, as far as my first taste of this brand goes, I have been impressed. I love the fact that their designs stand out from the crowd. And they have all the protection you need whilst you're on the bike and all the comfort that you need whilst you're off the bike. If you want to check them out for yourself, you can find links in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you soon.